Alright, welcome friends, country ladies, welcome to Oh Hey, Can You See? My podcast where we talk about real life people's experiences, their healing journeys, spiritual journeys. We come together to build community. This is a place that is safe, and hopefully, pretty soon I have a couple of soon-to-be guests that I'm excited to bring on and have them tell their story. The first couple of episodes have really been me just, practicing. It's been a while since I have recorded a podcast. My last podcast, The Book of Aaron, which you can find on Spotify, is kind of a precursor to my transition as I am transitioning. I'm a trans woman, and I'm excited to be here to create this platform for other people. This is definitely meant to be more of a talk show than a podcast or anything like that. So this will be, we'll see. There's a YouTube connected to it. You can find me there. Oh Hey, It's Me, Haley is the YouTube channel. And you can also find me on my spiritual channel that I've been creating for over a year. I don't know how long. Doesn't have many videos, not many things, but it's been a good space. It's been a good place for me to, bring up information and subjects and, give knowledge. So that is Gender Mystic. And that is what I am. I'm a gender mystic. I find gender to be expansive. I think it's really fun to play with. And she's here. My pronouns, I prefer she, they, them, anything feminine. I do not like or prefer or care for masculine pronouns. So it's pretty easy. You just take out he, him. The rest works. A lot of people think that's a problem. I think it's too much, but actually it's not that hard. You're just removing 222 on the clock when I said that. So you'll find a lot of spiritual talk here. We will talk about synchronicities, we'll talk about guides. I do read tarot. I'm an energy healer. I work with people on past life readings. Galactic astrology is something I'm very passionate about. I'd like to be certified in, but have a lot of knowledge in and can talk to people about. I do channel through music. So like Carry Us, the song that's playing now, LB, GOB, and Kalina Xanders probably is significant. Someone go listen to that. I enjoy shufflemancy in my readings and on here, so that is a type of divination where you shuffle a playlist that you've created, and then you use those songs to kind of give messages to people. So my shufflemancy playlist is, I just realized, at 37 hours. I'm very excited about that. So a lot of music, a lot of messages. Trying to work on not saying so much. That's been practice. And today, why we're here today? Today we're here to actually talk about a little bit about my story and who I am in this last year and a half, because there's a lot of history that I had as the person that I was presenting as for 38 years. There's a long time. But given my history and family dynamics and friendships and relationships, I was always forced to kind of be seen and not heard. I was very much put into a literal box in a sense. And there were a lot of people that abused me and had a lot of assaults. I went through a lot of things to the point where I had a couple of nervous breakdowns, psychosis, and went through a 4-year mental health journey trying to be diagnosed with various things, being misdiagnosed with various things, being treated for things that I didn't have, which only made my life more difficult. So I should not have been taking medication that I didn't have. But a lot of times I was working with doctors or psychiatrists who were all about, well, let's just try this and see what happens, versus, actually being able to kind of document all the symptoms first and then going from there. So it was unfortunate, but I'm really glad that I did. I was on medication for the medications that I needed to be on for as long as I was. I don't have an issue with medication. I think it's great. I think it's very helpful. I don't think there are people who should be on medication their whole life for certain things. There's definitely a time for it. There's a time where you let go of it and actually like shift your lifestyle, and so it was pretty tumultuous. It was definitely a hard time for the people in my life around me, but I was also I wasn't receiving like what I needed to heal, and I knew that I had reached a point where like I couldn't heal around specific people in my life, and once those people started to fade out or I cut them off, I did get better, and I did get to a point where I wasn't people pleasing. I wasn't forcing myself to mask and be the person that I needed to be to have a job or pay my bills or have a relationship with my family or have certain friend groups that I was in. I just kept moving towards wanting to be happy. And it was like the one wish that I had deep down was like, I just really want to be happy. I have a really lovely, amazing partner and soul companion, who I'm married to. We just celebrated 5 years of marriage, and we've been together 11 years. We have a very fantastical and spiritual coming together. It was very divinely met, and is a really beautiful story that I'll get into next time when we talk about love, conditional love versus unconditional love, and how a lot of us haven't known or are able to receive or show unconditional love, and how to work through that and open your heart chakra. So you need love. Oh, that's coming through. Eklo, EKLO. Love saying here, you need love. I just saw the number minute 8, so somebody or some people may be like path 8s and have been going through a lot of the same things that I went through, which is, I think, very important for us to notice that we're experiencing a lot of these things, so that when someone in the future experiences that or something very similar, we're able to relate with them. And it's really hard to like work through a lot of traumas and experiences that we go through. And I'm not like firm on this belief in the spiritual community that like you chose certain things, but I do think that in a general sense we choose like, is my life going to be soft girl? Is my life going to be hard, or am I going to go for like God mode? Like, am I going to, it's like a video game. I see it as like a video game. It's like beginner, intermediate, you got like story mode only, and you got God mode. And we probably had a couple of like harder live times before this, and then that's how God mode unlocked. But God is such a relative term. I know a lot of people see it as like, this person in the sky, or this like father of all, and this creator of all. And it's definitely, I think, a possibility, and I think it's something that could be very true for a lot of people, because we do birth into reality a lot of our subconscious and unconscious thoughts, and that's why we have what's called like collective conscience. I'm just gonna ramble, y'all. I'm just gonna go. Why not? This is more fun. We're gonna choose this adventure. So yeah, don't believe fully that it's like you chose for that thing to happen to you or that trauma, but what you choose to do with that experience is your choice, and it is up to you to decide, like, is this going to make me or break me? And it's okay to be broken. Like, some of us had to break. We don't all have to be broken. We're not all broken, but some of us did. We did break, and that was over the treatment from others, or that was how we treated ourselves, or grief, or just very, a lot of external and internal factors, and it just piles up, and then you just break, like you shatter. But the breaking is really beautiful because you put yourself back together. I mean, there's no breaking and you're done. You just lay there in pieces. Like, you get up. We all get back up. Like, I don't know how long that period is. For me, I didn't get up for a year. Like, I broke and I didn't get up for a year. And I spent that year going in within. But I spent that year learning and growing and understanding and knowing and raising my self-awareness and releasing a lot of the past things that I had done, because I didn't have any new external factors coming in. Like, I was cut off. I was agoraphobic for nearly 2 years, and for the first year I didn't leave the house, like maybe a couple dozen times. And if I did, it was to go to the grocery store and sit in the car and never get out. Like, my husband was very patient, and he dealt with it, and he loved me from afar when he needed, and he loved me up close when he needed. So I saw that for a little while as something as embarrassing or shameful, but now I see it as like 12 on the clock. Now I see it as me needing that time to hermit and to really, like, remove myself from people, places, and things that weren't serving me, and to be able to have the opportunity to shift my lifestyle in the way that I needed to. I did a lot of internal healing. I did a lot of forgiving people. How far I'll go the distance. And I even forgave people I never thought I would forgive from afar. And you don't have to forgive people up close. You don't even have to say it to them. You can have a whole moment within and visualize and release. And just know that, like, there is no more power over it. And you holding on to it still has that power. It has that grip. So I learned to just let things go, to not hold on, just to not keep your words for the sake of peace, but to speak your peace. And that not speaking to save peace is just a trauma response. People laugh at that, but it's very true. It's very true. When you actually, like, receive that and understand that, very powerful, because you don't hold on to stuff anymore. You speak your piece and you move on. And then it's really up to the other person to, like, figure it out from there, And so one thing Chris and I have always been really beautiful about is we have a couple of mantras that we've had our whole relationship. The first one is we get really frustrated with each other, high expectations, like set certain expectations for each other that are unrealistic. We always say, I asked for you, because we did. We really did ask for each other, and we got each other. It came a whole lot to get here. And even during our 11 years, it's taken a lot. A couple of separations and home, like, just, it's been a lot. We've evolved and shifted, and I have transitioned, and we've been even more in love and together since then. So that just empowers me to know that, like, I'm very much on the right track. Not full of myself. It's not make-believe. I'm making conscious decisions for my life, my body, and for my future. I have a support system, so that's a privilege. I'm very, happy to have that and to know that. And now it's like, I don't people please. I still don't do any of the stuff that I used to, and it's hard sometimes. Especially when I can feel so seen by a lot of people that I barely know, and then like barely seen by a lot of people that matter. And that is a trans person's experience across the board. You know, anybody that's suffered with like identity crisis or imposter syndrome or had a narcissistic family. Wish I had my bell right now. Yeah, it's a lot. And then as you like, you know, grow and glow, you're even more attractive to, you know, certain energies. So you just really have to be careful and just learn how to discern and to just like set boundaries and, you know, protect your energy, but don't get to the point where you feel like you're on the defense, you know, you're like protecting it from everybody and putting up walls and boundaries, you know. What do they say? It's like boundaries are a way that you and I can love each other, even in our differences, or it's something like that. Um, Maybe I have to make that up, but I've like completely shifted from, you know, a lot of those things that I've worked through, and they just built me into, you know, who I already truly was. I mean, on a spiritual level, like, yeah, I did a few things, did soul retrieval. I mean, I did plant medicine. Like, I mean, I did a lot of things to further expand my awareness and to really allow myself to like let go of any sort of like physical mental matrix that I had built, you know, my own like box that I had built, because of what I had gone through. And my like mission truly is to like help reach people, lost souls, people who are here have lost their way. And it's taken me a long time to realize like how to allow them to come to me and to like be flexible with it and just like, you know, really like be more of a guide than like a teacher or like a knowledge, you know. And then you know, it's definitely been me having to like do a lot of physical changes, medications, things to like get my body to like where I want it to be as well, which affects me, you know. And it's like I can only do so much sometimes when my body is just in control. And then there are times where I just feel so in control of everything. So I'm just getting used to the surrender. It's like, okay, I'm going through some feelings here. You're not silencing yourself by like keeping it cute, keeping it quiet, keeping it to yourself. So it's definitely been, you know, I'm human. I'm definitely learning. I'm not this like spiritual guru. I'm not this like tarot wizard or, you know, energy healing saint. It's like, no, I'm just living my mission, living my purpose, ready to speak my truths. Had multiple years to process and to do everything I needed to do to have the facts and have everything I needed. Now the puzzle is complete. I'm like, okay, I can walk away from this and feel whole, you know. I'm not in pieces anymore, and I pieced myself together, and she's gorgeous. She is goddess. She is Empress. So it has been enough for me to, you know, hit that point where speaking my piece has freed me. And it is my independence, you know. My voice is my independence. I feel like Ariel when she got her voice back. Like the seashell broke. And then she was like, okay, yeah, by the way, it was me the whole time. Oh, I'm her. I saved you. Like, yeah, it feels like that. It feels like I've been, you know, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Tangled, Rapunzel. Like, I've been various stages of princess at this point. Just gorgeous and beautiful. Who doesn't want to be a princess? But I'm gonna skip queen. Like, queen's cute, mad respect. I'm gonna go straight to Empress. So they're all 4 queens. They're top queen, queen of the queens. I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna be over here, y'all, in the VIP. Because I did not or ever lived or felt this way about myself for 38 years. And now a year and a half, your girl's here. So it's been a really beautiful experience. And I just wanted to kind of bring more of the like whimsy that I have. You know, I think the last couple episodes it's been a little like chaotic and like unstable, a little bit like raw, but that is a side of me. Like, I am an advocate. I am someone who thinks that your existence matters and people should respect it. You know, don't care what they have or who they are. Like, they should just respect who you are and why you exist and that you're here for a reason. So if I could just like bring awareness to that and a voice to that and show my, you know, villain side. We all have a little villain era that we need to live out, so it's not bad. It's just working with your shadow. It's just like taking a lot of your fear and learning how to transmute, and that's what's happening right here. Going from like total vibe shift into another thing because we transmuted that shades. So thank you all so much for coming on, listening. I really appreciate it. Next week, hopefully, I'm really buying that we're gonna have a guest. Definitely been feeling under the weather, so I'm gonna go, check things out, see and do a couple tests, see what comes up. But definitely hit your girl up at HaileyComet44@gmail.com. It's HaeliComet 44@gmail.com, and we'll get you set up for an episode. I'm really excited to start recording. I'm ready to get y'all out here. I'm ready to have a discussion. Like, I'm ready to, bring awareness, bring our stories. So love y'all. Have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all this week. Bye.